What's up, guys? Oh, I'm not Peter McKinnon. I've actually done this thing like a couple of times and it was just spit all over the place. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What? I don't understand how he does it. Anyway, hi, my name is Oladimi Jajigbile. I'm a designer and podcaster, and I live in Ibadan, Nigeria. I also create content on a couple of platforms, and I've learned a couple of things by creating short-form content over a period of time. I've been creating short-form content actively for like a year now or more, and I've learned a couple of things and I want to share that with you in this video. What do you need to understand? How do you sort of navigate through this process, and what should you always look out for when creating short form content? So if you're into that kind of stuff, then you want to actually see this video. If you're a new subscriber, well, thank you so much for joining me. You can hit the like button and also please subscribe to make sure that more persons see this video. And if you're a returning subscriber, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the support. It means a lot. It is very encouraging seeing that you support the things I do. So yeah, let's get to the video. Well, basically, yeah. All right. So we're going into the PC now to just show you, not PC per se. So it's just taking you through a couple of things from, showing you some of these video samples and then showing you the things I've learned from them and how these various platforms work. So we're sort of considering Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. So yeah, let's get to the video. So welcome back, and as we continue, I think it's very important for us to even understand short form content first before going deep into this practical aspect. And one of those things I feel is really important is to know that the world is moving fast and quickly, because now you're looking between content of 15 seconds to 30 seconds. Anything more than that is probably not worth creating right now, except you have a particular audience that is devoted to you and wants to hear you talk about these things. Now, looking at YouTube, for example, YouTube used to be a platform that creates long form content, looking at 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours or more. But then now YouTube has introduced something called YouTube Shorts. And Shorts is a way for you to still be able to pass across your ideas in a very, creative way, even in the shortest time possible. And, TikTok, which used to be Musically, now Instagram also has Reels and a couple of other platforms like that. I think there's Trailer also. Now you see that it's fast becoming a quick fire for fire kind of content space where you have to just be able to convert or simplify your ideas into a very short space. And this brings to mind one of these quotes that I love so much. Now it's a quote I actually wrote or created, so it's one of those things I'm really excited about. And the quote says that until you possess the ability to simplify your ideas and thoughts without losing the quality or value, or without losing any quality or value, you would still struggle with producing your best work. That's a shameless plug for you to follow me on Twitter. But yeah, until you're able to convert your complex ideas, complex thoughts into something simple, then I think you still won't be able to produce the best in this current day and age, because everybody's looking for the fastest, easiest thing to go about. So if you have complex ideas, how can you convert them? How can you dumb them down, per se, in a way that every single person can understand it? Also, in relation to that is a particular quote by, I think, was it Albert Einstein, that he said, one of the ways you know that you know something is if you can explain it or teach it to someone who is not as intellectual as you, or who is younger than you or something. And my own way of doing that is explaining it to someone younger than me, maybe like someone that's 3 years old or 6 years old. If a 6-year-old can understand your content, then it is good for all ages. It can fly within any space. And that is what really drives viral content. Creating short-form content that goes viral, you need to be able to communicate it in a way that anybody who sees it can relate to it first, easily, without having to ask too many questions. And that is why this kind of content are all over the place. So what are a couple of things you need to understand about short form content? First is that it is some sort of immersive full screen content creating and viewing experience, because it covers the larger percentage of your screen. Sound as a crucial and necessary aspect of developing a successful video. You need to actually leverage sounds, and the video I want to use as an example sort of makes that clear. And then easy to use technology, users of all ages can master it. Every single person can use it. And then you have a broad, a board of explore pages, making all types of content easily accessible. For Instagram, we talk about the Reels Explore page. For TikTok, we talk about the For You page, and then for Reels and for YouTube, we talk about the short feed. So you see that all these platforms are actually making it easily accessible to everybody because it is the new way to go. So how do you dive deep into it? I don't really want to go all into that, but then I'll link up an article in the description below where they properly explained everything you need to understand about short form content. It's an article by Popular Pays, and I think it's really good for you to go over. So yeah, but that being said, let me jump right into my analysis here, so I can show you a couple of these things. So over 7 days ago, I created a particular reel on Instagram first, and in the space of 2 hours, it did amazing numbers, and that sort of inspired me to upload to other platforms, TikTok, and also YouTube. But then I've been creating content on Instagram for more than 4 years consistently, and then I started making reels over a little over a year ago. But then I started TikTok about 6 months ago seriously, and I used to have about 2,000 followers, I think 600 followers, and in the space of 3 days, I grew to about 12,000 followers, and which was mind-blowing and amazing. And it's one of those beautiful things that you get to see, because that's just the way the platform is. And the same thing with Instagram. My reels just went viral at some point, and everything started changing. From 10k followers, I grew to about 24k in less than a month. And that's one of those things you need to understand about short form content. It is the new thing in town, and if you can leverage it as quick as possible, it's all for your own good. So let me show you the video I made, and I'll just tell you quickly a couple of things about it. Now, I'm muting some of the sound of the video because of copyright issues on YouTube, but then it's a song by it's Leave the Door Open song by Bruno Mars, Adanson Park, and then Silk Sonic. So that is the idea. So I'll put the volume on put the volume down a little bit so you guys can hear it. So this is a video, and let me just play it. All right, so I'll play that again. So the video is exactly 9 seconds, and one of the things you should notice is this. There are a couple of things in the video, and it was very spontaneous. I didn't really plan it. I just saw, the idea just came to me one evening, and I'm like, you know what? Let me make a video that sort of talks about the weekend and then paying bills, as an adult now, issues adulthood, like adults face. So I started doing these adulthood experience kind of videos on Instagram, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it would make sense if I try something like this, and I did. And I'm really glad I did, because the video just took off, and it was really amazing. Now, a couple of things you should sort of understand about this video is that it is not, the regular thing people do. First, the camera quality is okay, and then the captions were sort of engaging, because everybody goes out on the weekend, and then they have to spend so much at given times, all because, the way adulthood is. So this is the video, and I'll show you quickly what the analytics sort of looks like. So I'm bringing that up in a minute. Now, one thing you should take note of is this, that the very first video, I posted the very first video 7 days ago on Instagram, and after 7 days it had gathered over 105k views. I posted the same video on TikTok 6 days, like the second day, that was on Friday, and then it gathered 2.1 million views in 6 days. And then about 3 days after, I said, let me just put it on YouTube to just try YouTube Shorts, and then it gathered 2.4k views on YouTube. And just one video doing all these numbers. Now, one thing I learned is this, that the song matters, right? You need to actually have the right song for a particular reel for it to actually do well. But then the next thing is this, that you need to understand that the quality also matters. Because if someone is seeing something particularly out of the blue, something extraordinarily different from the regular, not so looking great videos you see, then they appreciate it more. So spend, enough time trying to make your videos as good as possible. But then the sound also matters. The sound is like one of those things that really makes, all this kind of content really go well. Now, Leave the Door Open was trending a couple of months ago, and it was all over the place because I was checking the numbers on TikTok and I saw that it was used on over 70 million videos. Like that particular song, and not to talk about the ones that people just use without tagging the video itself, the song itself. So you can see. But then about 7 months later, I'm using the same sound, but then in a new sort of light, in a new space, with a new idea. And then it sort of brought back all those memories and people started liking it. So the wordings, everything sort of fit into the video idea. That's why you need to actually spend some time, worrying about the kind of ideas you want to pass across with your video. Remember, until you possess the ability to simplify your ideas and thoughts without losing any quality or value, you will still struggle with producing your best work. This particular thing took me, about 15 minutes to shoot, edit, and then upload. But it was good because it was spontaneous, and at the same time, I had all the right metrics, in my own opinion anyway. But then the thing is this, I've also made videos like this in the past, but they didn't do well. So it's just to tell you that short form content, you really don't have any control over how it performs because the platform decides that. The people who engage with it decides that. So it is your job now to be able to create your own content as good as you want it to be, and you're satisfied with the result, and then push it out there. See, don't really worry too much about if it does well in the first hours or not. See, the key is this: if you can produce really good content and let it go out, right? Let the platform do its own magic. Surprisingly, you would go viral. That's one thing you don't understand. If you're chasing going viral, it won't really happen. But then if you just create the things you want to create, then you'll be surprised at the kind of results that you would get. So let me give you a couple of analyses about some of these platforms, in my own opinion, that I feel is quite important. Now, for Instagram Reels, I've noticed that whenever you upload a reel on Instagram and you share to your feed first, right? Instagram does this thing where they allow, or I've noticed, or I've experienced with my own videos, Instagram allows you to, the kind of engagement it gets on your own page. If it does well, then maybe after like 3 to 4 days, Instagram pushes your reel on Reels Explore. And then if it's doing well on Reels Explore, it goes higher till it goes viral. Now for Instagram, a video doesn't really go viral immediately. That is if you don't have a huge following. It takes some step-by-step processes before it does that. And that is really amazing because if you can really make something good and your audience likes it and then it goes all over the place in the space of a day or two and it gets maybe like 5K views or maybe 4K, whatever, if it does well compared to the way your page is, in a week's time, I'm very sure it will have gone all over the place because it will be really, really good and it will start going all over the place. But then TikTok, on the other hand, TikTok can go viral in just a day because of the way the platform is. The For You page can just explode and then it goes all over the place. This video I'm talking about, in the space of 3 days, that I gathered close to 400K views in just 2 days. And that was mind-blowing. And on Instagram, it was still on like 30K views. And I'm like, what is going on? But then, for YouTube, I'm still trying to understand YouTube a little bit. So the 2 days I put this video on YouTube, it did just, I think, 100 views. And I was like, what is going on? And then I woke up the 4th day and I saw 24K views. And I'm like, okay, Reels, YouTube has actually pushed it to short feed and it was doing well too. But I think the song also has a major role to play in the success of your short form content. Now, let me bring in, as of today, right now as I'm speaking to you, what it actually looks like, or what the current state of these videos actually look like right now as I'm speaking to you, and I'll bring it up right now. So first we'll check through Instagram and then try to see, right, what the result is on Instagram, right? So I'm trying to bring it up so it shows. I don't think this is responding yet. Let me fix that. All right. Okay, so I think I need to probably restart this or something. It's not responding. All right, so while I'm trying to fix that, you should also get that there are so many things that I feel many persons need to take into consideration when making short form videos like this. It is very, very key for you to know that there is really no limit to how much you can make this kind of content, especially because if it is an idea that seems logical or seems reasonable, and you've been able to get all your things right for this particular video, then the next step now is to find a way to promote it, even if nobody is promoting it for you, right? All right, so I think what is there now. So I'll just bring this up. So we're checking Instagram first, and it's still not responding. What is going on? This thing wants to disgrace me today. Oh, nah, it won't happen. This must go. This must go live. It's still not responding. All right. Yeah. So while you're sharing all this, let me just say this as the last set of things to round this up. If the actual thing is not trying to respond, and it's that you might want to consider getting a couple of equipment that would help you make your videos better. First, I would recommend that you get, if you have a smartphone that does that can record really good quality, then you're fine. But the only thing you need to sort of partner up with it now is really good, sound, and it has, if you want to create sounds, and then very good lighting. For me now, lighting is one of those things I feel makes a video like really, really crisp. Like, look at what is happening right now. Look at the video I'm recording. I have this very giant light here. If you've not seen the video I made about the tech items I use every day, my lighting, everything is there. You can check the link in the description. That's just one of those ways you need to sort of get these things together. Also, if you have a camera, use your camera, but in portrait form, because it will really help you as well. And then the last thing I feel you need that is equally important is understanding that there's really no limit to how much of these things you can do. I'm telling you, see, if you spend enough time worrying about, too many things like, would it operate well, will it perform well, you would be overwhelmed by, the pressure of wanting to create the viral content. I didn't expect this would go viral. I just created it because I felt like, creating something. And then it was good enough to go out, and it was good. And I'm happy for that. But then if it doesn't do well, I really don't care anymore at this point, because I've gotten to a point where whether these things operate the way they're supposed to or not, then I think I will just do what feels natural to me. So, and that is all that really matters, in my own opinion. That's all that really matters. So yeah, and that is one of those things I feel I need to do more for myself. Learn that it's not really about how much I spend creating a video. As long as I've made a video and it has gone out there, then I will just, accept whatever happens and move on. Because in your lifetime, you create so many pieces of work. So why attach or, fix yourself to a particular one, all because, you want to go viral? I don't think going viral should be your goal at the moment. Focus more on creating good content that your audience would value. And once you've been able to do that, then you would see the results eventually. So I think that is where I would stand on this. I'll try one last time. If this streaming thing works, amazing. If it doesn't work, then I probably just have to try again later. So yeah, it's like I've been trying this for like so long now, and I actually set up these things before I started this video, and now they are proving so difficult. See, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that I've said this several times, that technology can be one of those things that will disgrace you and make things bad. So I'm hoping this works now, and no, it isn't. So I really don't know why this is not working, but then what I'll do right now is do a screen recording and then show you guys as it's happening. So yeah, so I'm jumping into Instagram now, and now that I'm in Instagram, right? So I go to my Reels section and then sort of check out the Reels quickly to just show you what it is. Now this is under Reels, and this is the video right here. Amazing! Like right now it has 167k views, and this was between yesterday and today. from 103 to 107. That is impressive. So you can see it right here, 167k views. All right, perfect. Now I'm going into TikTok for a second one. TikTok for the second one, and TikTok right now, TikTok has 2.3 million views. 2.3 million views. Oh, that's crazy. It is crazy. So that's TikTok, and then the last one I'll bring in right now is YouTube. All right, so YouTube. Let's see, Shorts. All right, so this is it. 2.7k views just in the space of one day. 2.7k views. That's really dope, honestly. So yeah, you've seen it. It depends on how you want to actually, make these videos. But then, if you can just focus more, see, you can see I've been talking about focusing more on what you want to create over, the numbers or having it go viral, right? Now, if I try to want to create another viral content like this one, I'm very sure it won't really work out the way I've planned, because now my expectations are too high, and then I'm trying to make another one instead of focusing on making something else that might be, as equally as good or even better. So understanding that viral content is not really the focus. The focus should be on producing value over and over again. And then I'll go back to that same tweet so you can see it, that this is something I really mean. And it's that until you possess the ability to simplify your ideas and thoughts without losing any quality or value, you will still struggle with producing your best work. So that being said, let's go over the video again and then see. This is, what everything was in the space of 7 days. And right now it has increased, a lot more, which is actually really interesting. And I'm excited that I made this. Now, if you want to start making short-form content and you really want to understand how else to do it, you can feel free to message me on Instagram at Dimeji. That is DIIMEJII on Instagram. And I'll be, free enough to give you the tips I feel you really need on how to go over it. But then remember, the focus should be creating value and really good content over trying to create something viral. If the content goes viral, all well and good. If it doesn't, well, keep doing it, because eventually you'll always find something that works. And then as I'm ending this, I want to say this, that creating content like this should actually focus more when you're starting out, right? When you're starting out, focus more on creating quantity. Create as many as possible, because it really helps you learn and grow. It becomes a part of you. You understand how to do it before you now start focusing on, quality. When I first started making reels and TikToks, I was using my smartphone, just making crude videos, whichever way I want to make them. And I was churning out at least 3 every day on TikTok. And then it got to a point when I got familiar with how to edit in Premiere Pro and a few other places, I started shooting my camera, and then the quality sort of improved. But then because people have seen that I've been making these kind of videos over and over again, accepting the new quality, the new quality was so amazing that I can spend, 3 hours to make a really good reel, and it won't go viral. And I can spend just 5-10 minutes or 15 minutes making another one, and then another one that goes all over the place. So don't overthink content. Do what feels natural to you, and focus on creating value over trying to go viral. So I think that's all I have to say for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content you see on my channel, please definitely subscribe if you're new here. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're amazing. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you on the next one.